Hello, I'm Andy Singh, and my question is, how will Donald Trump do as President of the USA? Now, at his age of 70, which he became in 2016, and he will still be 70 in the first half or so of 2017. At his age of 70, the planets are not favorable at his age level. And the calendar year planets are also not so supportive of him. But yet he became the president-elect. He won the elections at the age of 70 in 2016. Why does this happen? Sometimes fate has a plan of its own. So let's see why it happens. His age of 70 in 2016, being negative of age, makes him firstly move towards the wrong direction, which means that his planning would be more wrong than right, and which means that he's going to make many mistakes and then make many changes as well to cover up his mistakes in 2016 and 2017 at his age of 70. His age of 71 in 2017 turns to be a much better age, but the calendar year planets are not supporting him so much. And so he's riding on his age planets alone. And he'll be able to do as much as 65% of success for himself and, I suppose, for the country, the USA. The age of 71 is governed by planets who think long term. But Donald Trump's horoscope is built really on short-term planets, being very inventive, very impulsive, very impatient, very hasty. All these planets are very well placed for him. So I find nothing wrong in him being impulsive, impatient, or changeable in any way. That's the way the horoscope works well for him. And that's why he behaves like that. So his age of 71 improves in 2017 and improves also in 2018, when he's still the age of 71. When Donald Trump turns the age of 72 in 2018, the 2018 planets can short circuit many of his plans. So at his age of 72, we will see him as being very defensive, being very angry with any kind of opposition to his plans, and not being agreeable to any kind of opposition as well. His 72 continues in 2019. The 2019 planets become worse. So you can see step by step how the calendar year is weakening. The calendar year planets are what I term as the platform for him to work upon. And the platform for him has been weak 2016, 2017, 2018, and going to be worse off in 2019. So there is not a steady platform for him to work on. The age of 72 in 2019, it also shows attracting a lot of opposition to his plans. So he's struggling. And then he will turn 73 in 2019. And so far, now this is the worst that the horoscope is suffering from problems at the age of 73 in 2019. Of course, we must remember that politics and governing the USA is not the whole thing about his life. There is the personal side and there's the health as well. But we'll talk of the other things later. So talking of how he's going to govern the USA, at 73, he's doing very poorly. And his back is to the wall as the president. And he's finding a lot of dissatisfaction from people, the people of USA or those who are opposed to him. And for me, at 73 in 2019, his good luck is only at the level of 25%, which means that as much as 75% of his good luck has been washed out, and the bad luck planets are attacking him at the level of 75%. 73, which is so bad, brings along other difficulties as well. Now let's move to the age of 74. The age of 74 in 2020 remains just as bad. So 73 weakens very much, and 74 is the end result of that weakness, which means he'll have a lot of difficulties explaining himself and his policies at the age of 74 in 2020. The 2020 planets have turned around to help him, but only at the level of 30%. So at the age of 74 in 2020, his problem is that difficulties in trying to move ahead are being seen. And then he turns the age of 75. And I'm sorry to say that it becomes even worse. So 73 weakening, 74 remaining weak, and now at 75 is the crunch. The crunch meaning that he is really cornered. He's cornered in the sense that whatever he tries to do, he will not do well. Well, I understand that the election in the US is once every 4 years. So it started in 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Now, if the elections are somewhere around late 2019 or 2020, then I'm afraid to say that he is going to struggle winning the second election for himself. Now, having said all this, that 75 is the crunch of it all, it could be also health and other areas. So let me try and verify by looking at Melania Trump's horoscope quickly. Melania Trump's horoscope weakens at the age of 48 in 2018, and that is when I said that short circuit of Trump's plans. So the fact that she's not very happy is probably because he's not very happy. And then Melania Trump's age of 49 in 2019 and 2020 is extremely bad. There are sudden and unexpected turn of events against her. But if we think of why this badness is it because of Trump's very bad time at the age of 73 and 74? It could very well be. She would be married to a man who is pretty uncertain of what he's doing anymore. The age of 50 for Melania Trump remains under stress, and the age of 50 is in 2020 and 2021, and that is when Trump is the age of 74, and which I said is further weakening. Okay. Now the worst part of Trump's horoscope is at the age of 75 in these few years that we calculate, and that's in 2021 and 2022. So Trump at 75 age, 2021 and 2022. At that time, Melania Trump would be 51 years old in 2021 and 2022. And you know what? Melania Trump's horoscope is very happy at the ages of 51 when Trump's horoscope is in deep trouble. And that's a puzzle. And it could be due to other factors and not just what happens in the US politics. And Melania Trump's age of 52 in 2022 and 2023 is also extremely good. Now, I want to look at the other four. So let's look at somebody like Ivanka Trump, what's happening to her. Ivanka Trump at 35 and 36 seem to be doing well. That is in 2016, 2017 and 2018, half of it. And then her horoscope weakens at the age of 37 in 2018 and further weakens at 2019 when she's 37 years old. I make that as about 60% bad. But at the age of 38, which is in 2019 and 2020, her horoscope turns very bad and very weak. So let's look at 2019 and 2020 for Donald Trump. And that's when his horoscope has become the worst. So Ivanka Trump as the daughter seems to be also feeling very, very negative planets attacking her at the same time as her father Donald Trump is. Let's look at Jared Kushner, who is the outsider, meaning that he's not part of the family. Jared Kushner does very well at 35 and 36 ages, which is in 2016, 2017 and part of 2018. The 37 age is 50-50, showing that he's weakening. But the ages of 38 and 39 for Jared Kushner are extremely bad. And that happens in 2019, 2020 and 2021. And that coincides at the time of when Donald Trump is 74 and 75 age as well. So Jared Kushner is feeling the heat when Donald Trump is really at his lowest ebb in the last, for the next 5 or 6 years or 5 years or so. Okay. Now let's look at Donald Trump Jr., who is going to play a big part, I suppose, in his life too. Donald Trump at the age of 39, which he will become this December in 2016, for 1 year his horoscope doesn't do well. So he's either not getting a good deal of what he expected from his father, or for other reasons, age of 39 has been not good, it will not be good for him for 2016 and a little bit of 2017. Okay, and 2017 as well. Okay. Now, Donald Trump Jr. does well at the age of 40, 41 and 42. So he doesn't seem to be very troubled. But when he enters 2018 and 2019, where his ages are strong at 41 and 42, but the platform is not strong. So there's a shaky platform for him. At the age of 43, Donald Trump Jr. also doesn't do well, and that's in 2020 and 2021. So you can see that there's a lot of similarity in timing, that why Donald Trump weakens at 72, weakens further at 73, weakens more at 74, and then at 75 is a crunch. Now, this could also happen not just because of his term as president or politics. It could also happen because of a very unhappy disposition that he will be in during the period where I've said his ages are not good, and especially that 74 and 75 or even 73 ages, and whether he's going to honor whatever he can would be very doubtful, because when the horoscope doesn't allow you the freedom of success, you will always find that your best beliefs and how you wanted your promises to be coming out, they will always fail you. And that is what I have to say to you regarding the question, how will Donald Trump do as President of the USA? According to me, he's not going to do very well at all. Thank you and goodbye.